I just saw something really kind of like disturbing to me, mind blowing. And I'm gonna say this because I just feel like I have to say something because I just want to be clear that at least one person on YouTube is going to be straightforward. And I don't want to say any names because I don't want to get into it with the person that I'm talking about. I don't like her. I don't like her moves. I don't like her actions. And I don't fuck with her. First of all, spreading lies, making up stories, talking about, mentioning, even saying their fucking name about some creator or even some side chat partner on YouTube. If you are referencing their children, you are fucking disgusting. There is no reason for any of us adults on YouTube, whether we like each other or not, to be discussing, referencing, talking about other people's children. If you are bringing your children to YouTube, you are the responsible party no matter what is said or done to them. You are their parent. Your one fucking job is to protect your kids. So I don't want to hear any sob stories. And I don't want to see your children being brought to your platform for adults to talk about how your YouTube interactions with other adults is affecting them. Because the only person that can control what happens is you. I get really tired of seeing people placing blame on other people's actions without taking any accountability for being the person that wakes up, gets their device, presses the little YouTube application, and gets online. We all have the power to shut down anything that is being said about us very quickly. All we have to do is turn off our device. It's very simple. And if YouTube gets heavy, it happens to all of us. Most people have to walk away from this place a few times a year because it's just so heavy and you can get mired down in the BS and it's overwhelming sometimes. But the only person that can control that is you, or if it's me and my family, me. But I cannot say that channel A, B, and C and the people that are on channel A, B, and C take sole responsibility for the things that are being talked about with my family when I am the one that brings my family to the platform. It's about taking accountability. And there's a huge gap in accountability. It's hard to do. I myself have a hard time with it. Sometimes I have to sit back and reflect, like remove myself from the situation, and later I can do my inventory and be like, yeah, I really fucked up here. For example, today I was on the phone with Verizon Wireless, customer service and Verizon Wireless for 2 hours and 15 minutes. I have been having so many issues with my phones. And I had been dreading calling them because I just knew that it was going to take long. I was going to be irate. And I tried to do the best that I could at picking a good time and being comfortable and making sure I had no distractions and nothing else to do. And it still took over 2 hours. And I found myself getting really loud with this person. I didn't cuss. Because once you cuss, they kind of just shut you down. But I was really like getting loud at this person. And all she was trying to do was help me. God bless her. And I had to just calm myself down, apologize for being a bitch. And then I took it a step further and I wrote her a really good review. I asked for her first name and her employee ID. And I wrote customer service because she didn't go above and beyond. Well, she did. She took my bullshit. And that's not her job. She's a human being, and I shouldn't have gotten excited to her. I wasn't, yelling at her. I was yelling, period. And I wasn't angry with her. I was angry with Verizon Wireless. Unfortunately, she was, in my mind, representing Verizon Wireless at the time, and she got the brunt of my anger. And that wasn't right. So I took some accountability, and I corrected it. That's just a small example. I'm sure there are plenty of others, probably some that people are listening to this and want to report. But we have to, at some points, just take a step back and say, how did I add to this situation? What did I bring to the argument? What did I bring to the table? What's my part in this? And people being unable to do that, I find those are the people who are finger pointing, always, they never take accountability. It's always somebody else's fault. They never do anything wrong. Everything they do is covered in sugar and glitter, and they shit rainbows. That's these kinds of people. I'm not going to identify them. I'm not going to characterize them. These are just the kinds of people who have a hard time looking at themselves and taking accountability. And I'm not a parent. Well, that's not true. I am a parent to an awesome dog who presses my buttons, but I'm not a parent to humans. But I imagine if I were, I would take my one job at protecting my child very seriously. And I'm sure that the person that I'm talking about, even though I do not like her, takes that job very seriously. But she's failing in this one area because she is the only person that is responsible for putting her kid on YouTube. And she is the only person that can control her kid not hearing what is being said and not responding to what is being said and not dealing with what is being said. And that is simply shutting off YouTube. It's that simple. It really is. And I know some people will come back to me and say, well, I shouldn't have to cut my entertainment and my outlet and my escape down for other assholes on YouTube. And you're right. But here again, we have to take some accountability because nobody tells us to interact with the kinds of people that we do on YouTube. Nobody tells us to argue. Nobody tells us to disagree. The only person that's responsible for making this video right now that could possibly cause me some repercussions and maybe a fight or whatever is me. I take responsibility for that. This is one other point, just kind of a side note, but I feel like I need to say it because I've been seeing it in a lot of sectors, a lot of different quote-unquote YouTube communities. There are no fucking boundaries on YouTube. And eventually, if you're on YouTube long enough, I'm embarrassed to say how long I've been on YouTube, but I found YouTube the year my mom died. It was a great escape. It was a great way to just check out. That was 2015, so I know exactly how long I've been on here. 18 years. I mean, sorry, 8 years. And, sorry, I have allergies. And, I've seen a lot of stuff going on. I've seen a lot of communities that commingle and people who go to different places. There are no borders on YouTube. So you can't say that these channels are in this part of the sector and nobody else can come here and nobody else is welcomed in. There's no boundaries on YouTube. There are no borders. So I think it's cute, and I like the reference that we call it the YouTube streets, and it does feel like I'm going into like somebody's room or somebody's house to talk to them. I even picture it in my mind, kind of like I'm sitting around, a campfire with my friends in chat, and we're just sitting there talking to each other, and We're at, I don't know, Randy and Wendy's house. And, you know, that's how it feels to me. That's what I imagine in my head. But that's not true. That's not reality. That's just a fantasy. YouTube is just a fantasy. There are no borders. So we don't get to claim a community. We don't get to claim it and say that other people aren't welcomed in, or that we don't, or the people who watch me can't go anywhere else. It doesn't work like that. In your mind, you can think it, and you can even try to enforce it. But eventually what happens is enough people will come along, and those people have been in other places and have seen other videos and find other things interesting. And that's how things mingle. I was on Periscope first, and then Boyd to Drama. No, sorry, between Drama and between Boyd and Drama, there was the beef sector, then there was Drama, then there was the house sector, then there was the Omar sector. I mean, there are so many different quote unquote sectors, because you just, you know, when people are talking, they just mention things and then you go check them out. That's how it works. That's how the internet works. It's kind of one of the great things about it. I'm not stuck watching the same thing over and over again, or, you know, I want to broaden my horizons. I want to hear different opinions. I want to see how other people operate, because not everybody operates with my morality and my beliefs and my thought processes. And that's okay. So I just wanted to mention that. I'm sorry, I'm mumbling. I'm on a soapbox. Frankly, I'm not very mentally stable right now. I'm okay. I'm just a little emotional and stressed. Life be lifing. So my escape is YouTube and TikTok. And ironically enough, I've made a video on TikTok, and now here's my one for YouTube. So anyway, I'll see you all when I do. I hope everyone's okay. Much love. Bye.